I'm going to record to, okay, I'm recording to the computer. Okay.
It's recorded. Okay.
Okay, I can't hear you guys very well. Can you see me okay?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'm going to be sitting down for some of it, and then I'm going to get up and show you some things too. Have you girls taken any self-defense classes? Yes?
Yes.
Good. For years or a couple times, or what have you done? For years?
They're all like Krav Maga.
Nice. Very good. That's awesome. Thank you for doing that for your daughters. And it's super important. So I always ask people if they wear their seatbelts every time they get in their car. Do you girls? Okay, why? Why do you do that?
Because mom says so.
Because mom said so. But why do you think the real reason is, right? Because we don't get to predict when we're in an accident, correct? Okay, so we put it on every day out of habit, which is super good. Okay, I know if I forget mine, I feel like I'm, naked or something. I just have to have my seatbelt on. Okay, what do you carry to protect yourself in case a bad guy comes into your space? Well, you girls are trained, and that is phenomenal. I highly encourage self-defense to everybody, plus carrying some weapons. So bad guys want easy targets. They don't want a woman who's going to look them in the eye and say, back away from me. They don't want a woman who's got a weapon or 2 or 3 in her hand. They want an easy target. They're wimps, and they want power and control. That's what we don't ever give them. They love going after a girl that's just walking and texting, talking on her phone, not paying any attention to who's around her. They want a girl with a ponytail, because that's super easy to grab. You've probably done some training with ponytails and how easy it is to grab and take you. A girl who wears earbuds and is jogging the same route every day makes a perfect victim, okay? So we want to mix up things that we do. We want to take different routes to school. We want to do things in pairs, in numbers, okay? And I want you to always trust your gut. Your gut is our God-given ability to know that something's not right. And I bet all of you have felt the hair on the back of your neck go up at some time and you just were on alert. That is something you need to trust. And one of the best books that you can read is The Gift of Fear by Gavin de Becker, and it talks about our intuition and always trusting it. One thing I want you girls to remember is you are in control of your body, okay? Nobody has the right to tell you what to do, except for your parents, but like with your body, okay? No one has the right to control you. And what a lot of tricky guys do is they try to alienate girls that they want to control. They try to alienate them, which means keep them away from their family and their friends, okay? In a relationship, you and your person in the relationship should not try to tell each other who you can be friends with, all right? The first sign is them trying to tell you your family's a bunch of idiots, okay? Not okay. Who knows you girls the best? Tell me that. Who do you think? Who?
Family.
Your family? Yeah, I can barely hear you guys, but your family usually knows you best. So what I want you to do is I want you to always trust your family. If they don't like a guy or a girl that you're friends with, there is a really good reason for that. All right. Sometimes we get what's called infatuated and we can't see clearly because this guy is just, he's just taken us over and we're so in love and we think he's in love with us. Well, a lot of sex trafficking goes on too. All right. And there's different ways that they sex traffic. And I want to make sure I don't miss any of these. So I'm going to say some of the 3 most common places to be sex trafficked are Like, well, there's 3 different ways: targeted, tricked, and traumatized. So targeted could be like at the mall. This, could be a girl or a guy, a lady or a man, come up to you. It could be a girl your age that's being forced to trick you into thinking she's okay, and she has a friend that she wants you to meet. Okay, it's super easy to get taken from malls, but a guy could come up to you. And what would you say to a guy if he came up to you in the mall and said, "Hey, guy, you're so beautiful that I think you could make a really good model. Could I take a picture of you?" Well, you girls would kick his ass, right? You're like, hell no, right? No, dude, you can't take a picture of me. That is one way they get girls' information. Online, do you girls have a lot of online websites that you're on, like apps and things? I'm going to show you the scary ones that predators are on. If you're on any of these, you need to be very, very careful on any app. These are just some of the top ones, where 1 in 13 of the Facebook accounts are fake. They're somebody else, and they're pretending to be someone else. Teenagers give out way too much information. They give out their birth dates, their locations, where they go to school, how old they are, and guys prey on this. So if you ever have a weird feeling, talk to your parents about it. Your parents want you. They want you there. They want you safe. Okay. Have you girls had any training on any online stuff? Sheila, you've probably done it with your girls, right? Like talk to them about safety online or not?
I haven't, but their mom and dad probably do.
We've talked a little bit. They don't have Facebook, and only the 17-year-old has Instagram.
Yeah, and Instagram's one of them. So just be very careful about your settings, keeping them private. Know who's on there with you. It's interesting. So don't give out your location. Don't give out your age. Has anybody ever asked you to send a picture of yourself to them on Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. And did you know that person?
No.
Okay. Did you do it?
No.
Good girl. Okay. No, that's when you go delete, block. Sorry, dude. Or even a chick. Okay. Really, really important. Do you girls know anybody at school that has like an older boyfriend? So some ways that guys, I didn't finish my my sex trafficking stuff because we have a lot to go over, and I hope I don't bore you, but I just love to get this into your brain so that you're aware, because sex trafficking happens everywhere. And in March of 2019, I was blessed to go on a mission trip to Cambodia and work with the little girls that had been rescued, your age and younger, from the sex trafficking industry, and they were tricked into it and forced into it by violence and abuse and threats to them and their family and all that kind of stuff. There are some of the other places that guys target girls and women target girls and boys too, but it's mostly girls. A lot of boys though too. Malls, bus stops, schools, after school programs, popular fast food restaurants where a lot of teenagers hang out. That's where guys make friends with you. And then there are the guys these guys are called pimps. And what they do is they become your boyfriend. They buy you things. They buy you expensive things. They buy you a phone so they can know where you are at all times. Sometimes girls are like, they may not have any money and they got a phone from this guy who's their boyfriend and treating them great. Then his true colors come out, and then he turns you into a sex slave. And he does it through abuse and violence and all those other things. So I just want you to always trust your family and trust your own gut. You girls look like you're all very close, and trust each other. Be honest with each other all the time, okay? And sometimes they use psychological manipulation. You know what? I gave you this, I gave you that. I had this girl a few years back that was young when she had, I'm just going to be blunt, when she had sex for the first time. She told me about this guy who came from a very bad home. His dad and him have been in and out of prison, and her parents both work at the jail. They've been in and out of jail, not prison. And she had some kind of traumatized bond with this guy, and she's still with him. And it's like 10, 15 years later. And it's very sad because it's probably not a healthy relationship. So when you girls start dating, if you haven't already, I don't think the younger ones probably have, but respect is huge. I've been married almost 36 years, and I've only wanted to kill him a couple of times. I'm just kidding. But in fact, you guys, one night I had all the stun guns lined up, and when you used to have these ones that plugged into the wall, and I looked at him, I go, "Hey, honey, look at that." And he was like, okay, you know. But we're very respectful to each other, and you probably see that with your grandparents and your parents. It's how to have a healthy relationship, and it's so important. My sister's married to a guy that I can't stand. I don't know how she's stayed with him all these years, and they don't have any fun. You should have fun in life, okay? And respect. Respect is huge. Let's see. We have some awesome things in Damsel to help you with safety, which I'm going to go over too. And I'm really happy that you are trained. But I want you to think about the way you stand and the way you walk. Okay. You girls are probably pretty sturdy, pretty, you know, strong from your self-defense. And that's awesome because that makes a harder target. All right. Bad guys want easy targets. They have a plan, but no backup plan. I want us all to always have a plan, but I don't want you to be paranoid. I never want you to be scared. I want you to be prepared. And attitude is really good. One time, you guys, I got on an elevator. It was a couple years ago. Let me grab this. And actually, I'm going to grab this. I had to go to a conference down in Sacramento, and I live in the country. I live in a town of 1,200 in with horses and property, and I don't like the city. I grew up down in the Bay Area, down by like Stanford and San Jose and Palo Alto area. And once I left, I was so happy to be out in the country, but I had to go to this conference. And parking lots are one of the most common places to be assaulted. All right. And by the way, sexual assault has nothing to do with age. All right. Sex trafficking does. They go after girls your age and younger. Okay. But sexual assault is all about power and control for the guy. And so it doesn't matter if you're my age or your age. You could be 5 months old or you could be 95. So parking lots, stairwells, and public restrooms are the 3 most common places to be assaulted. So when I go to like gas stations and stuff, I never go to an outside one. It's totally creepy to go to the outside. Conrad taught me this. You might be going into the outside, bathroom, and there might be a guy about 20 feet away smoking a cigarette or talking on his phone. So this is what happens. Sometimes girls go walking into the bathroom, and you know how the doors shut slowly? Boom, in comes the guy. Okay. Privacy and control is what he just got. But there's also some awesome things in there that you could break his head into, like the sink and stuff like that, which we've trained on. Okay. But be aware of who's around you all the time. Never fear to turn and check. We call it checking your 6. 6 o'clock is right behind you. Never turn. Never be afraid to do that. And once a girl hits 30, she's got the sorry, I'm going to swear, the sort of the bitch factor down. But usually before that, girls are a little bit shy, and they may not be able to tell a guy to get the blank away from me. I want you to know that it's okay to appear not nice. Conrad, when I first started training with him, and he's got a master's in forensic psychology. He's like, I call him the god of self-defense. He is so phenomenal. And I wish you girls lived out here, because we do 6-hour college girl classes, and we have high school girls there, and we would take a 12-year-old. It's so fun. We learn how to not get abducted into the van, and we fight in the van, and we learn how to crash the van, like turn the wheel and get the guy's head. And I mean, we learn all kinds of real stuff, right? But back to my elevator speech I was going to give you. I was in that parking lot down in Sacramento, have my, my backpack on and my computer, and I have my keys. So this is a pepper spray and this is a Kubotan. And being in martial arts, you probably know a Kubotan is a martial arts tool. Okay, it's a striking tool. And let me grab this little poster, hang on. These are some awesome striking points. Okay, so I'll get back to that. So I'm getting on the elevator and I see this guy get on it first, and I thought, should I wait or should I get on it? And I was like, I'm not waiting, I'm getting on it. Okay, so I've got my keys on one end, and this, by the way, breaks away so that when you drive, this is not hanging from your ignition, or you could have this hooked on your backpack, or we have a smaller one too that maybe Diane, if you have one handy, maybe you could show it, because I don't think I have it out here. But this striking tool, if you were to strike, I'd like you to strike as if you're going through that body. Okay, I put my thumb on the back. Never put your thumb in that ring. This could come up. I'm gonna back up and flip this up just a little bit. You guys can see okay? So this, you could use like an ice pick, okay? If somebody were to grab me from behind, I could take this into their wrist and I could direct them on where I want them to go, which would be away from me. I could take it, slam them in the up underneath in the nutsack. You hit someone in the front, it's just gonna really kind of irritate them. Hit them up underneath, you'll be meeting them in the ER. You can also take this and do like a jab down the chest. And if you watch that video that Conrad showed, he showed that one where you boom, right into the chest, right into the neck up here. You're going to be able to get away, okay? So these are called, oh, I do have one, Diane. I do have the other breakaway, Diane. These are the slim ones. I found it, Diane, sorry. The slim ones, and then these are the platinum ones. And both of them, like this is just thinner. These are awesome, awesome for your keychain. So I'm getting on the elevator with that guy that he seemed okay, but the whole time I'm on the elevator, and I'm 5'2", I'm not real tall. I'm looking at the guy, talking to him, giving that eye contact, right? Got my pepper spray. Wouldn't have been a good option on an elevator because I would want to get away. Yep. And Diane's got the breakaway. Show him how that breaks away if you don't mind, Diane. She's my Vanna. So it breaks away, and I actually like that one. That's only $5. These are 15, but I actually really like that one better. It's really sturdy, and you can put different things on it. Like she's got a pepper spray. This is an alarm, loud alarm. It's got a little flashlight because you want to make noise. Okay, you want to draw attention because that way they don't get that privacy and control.
And I like to say that I got my keys safe and my weapon here.
Yeah. Yep. And you can have multiple things. You can have whatever you want. You can have an alarm, a Kubotan. You girls you're supposed to be 16 to carry pepper spray, but I say, you know what, if you are trained and smart enough and mature enough, they don't wait till you're 16 to assault you. So I tell parents to do what you want. Anyway, the whole time I'm on the elevator, I'm thinking inside, dude, if you try anything, today's not going to be a good day for you, because I had that attitude. I have the attitude where I won't put up with any crap, and I'm a hard target. That's what I want you girls to realize. It's okay. And when we get off here tonight, you can practice talking smack to each other. Okay. I was going to tell you, it's okay. And Lane, you can help them. Okay. You can be the bad guy coming up. But when we were in training with Conrad and his daughter, she was 6 and she's now 13. And he says to her, and it was a bunch of Damsel and defense pros, and we were in this class, and he goes, so Ella, he goes, come here, honey. He goes, what do you do if a tricky guy tries to get you? And that little tiny girl, who's like amazing now, like she's always been amazing, she stood and she bent over like this, and she yelled as loud as she could. She goes, get the away from me. 6 years old. All of us Damsel pros went, wow. She got the message across. It gives me goosebumps because she appeared not nice as a 6-year-old, And she doesn't do that if she doesn't need to. That's only in those situations. It's not something you're going to say to your parents or your sisters or whatever. It's to a bad guy. And parents, I want you to tell them whether you approve that or not. And I hope you do, because it really gives attention, you know, to the situation. Something I'll never forget. And then these are, I love the alarms. These are like $15, you guys, and they can go on your backpack. They can go on your keys. They come in blue and pink. It's holler his and holler hers. You can do whatever you want. We have another one that's coming out in the near future, and I can't wait. Diane, I wonder when it's coming. It's a pull apart one that has a GPS tracker in it, and it makes a very loud noise. So that's coming, and I can't wait till that does, because everybody can carry that. And I'll explain about our pepper sprays in a little bit. And then I want to ask you if you're worth defending. Yeah, you want to come home to your family, so you're worth defending. Okay. Let's see. Oh, one of the best things, I always forget to say this. One of the best things, which you probably already learned in self-defense, if someone's coming at you, the best way to think is, what am I going to do to that person so I go home to my family? We never want to think, what's he going to do to me? Heck no, what am I going to do to mess him up so I can get away? Okay? Attitude, it's how you think. It puts you right into victim mode if you go, oh no, what's he going to do? And if you try to manipulate your way, talk your way out of a sexual assault, you have 4% chance. If you fight, you know, self-defense girls, I love it. If you fight, you have 55 to 86% chance of not being assaulted. So out of 100 people, that's between 55 and 86 of them will not be assaulted because they fought. Okay? If you have a weapon, it's even lower. So I want you to always be prepared, not scared. People don't freeze in fear, they hold their breath. And if you catch yourself doing that, you wiggle your fingers, it helps you breathe. And you know what? I just had to go in and get a crown on my tooth. And I can't stand the dentist. The dentist is nice. I can't stand what he does. So the whole time I'm wiggling my fingers to help me breathe because I kept holding my breath. And I told him about it. I said, you should share this with your patients. If they're holding their breath, tell them to wiggle their fingers. It works, you guys. And I was like, I'm not in self-defense mode, but I'm in breathing mode. So it was kind of cool to try that out. Let's see. Can any of you overpower a man? Girls? Can you yet?
Maybe.
Yeah? Okay, awesome. I know with your self-defense training, you may have. Have any of you ever felt scared? Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where, can you tell me an instant of where you were or what happened? Anyone? You don't have to. It's just me, don't be shy. You don't have to though, it's fine. Okay, so let's see. Have you heard about the roofie drugs? The date rape drug? Okay, I actually have a friend who had this happen to her in her 40s about 5 years ago in a town about 15 minutes from me. She went out to this restaurant bar with some friends, and they were upstairs, and she had had one beer. And this cowboy guy was kind of hanging around talking to them and all, and he bought the next drinks. The last thing she remembers that night is climbing up those stairs, pulling herself up the stairs. Her friends took her home because they saw she was totally intoxicated. That guy had slipped a roofie into her beer. And what a roofie does is you can't see it or taste it, and it can be put right in your water. It can be put in anything, and you're oblivious. You have no idea what's happened to you. And if you watch the Lady Gaga video that I recently posted, and moms, you watch it before you show your daughters. I put it on the Facebook event, and I put cautions on it. It shows some girls that were roofied and how it just makes you oblivious to what's going on. And then that's when guys take advantage of the girls. And guys get roofied too. And not only to get to them, but possibly to their girlfriends. So The next day, when my friend woke up, she called her friend and he said, "How much did you have to drink last night?" And she goes, "I had one beer. Why?" She had no idea that she was drugged, but her friends took care of her. And I want you girls to always be there for your friends. Always watch out for each other, okay? If you are ever scared, you call 911 and you tell them you're scared for your life if you are ever scared. But when you go out together, when you go off to college, which isn't too far for our 17-year-olds, when you go off to college, always go out together and come home together. Okay, I always tell girls, when you're out partying and you're drinking or whatever you're doing, if you're not drinking, great, because then, you know, I think it's like, I forget the percentage of, I think it's like 50%. Yeah, 50% of rapes include drugs, okay, involve drugs. But if a guy seems cute that night, wait till the next day to see if he's still cute, okay? He may not be as cute, okay? And if anything ever does happen, you always report it. You always report it. It's not fun, but you always report to save the next girl, all right? 1 in 5 women are survivors of rape, and we want to change those stats. That's what we are trying to change. We are trying to educate your age girls so that you can be stronger and not get into those situations. And The Hunting Ground for Girls Going Off to College is a documentary that I highly recommend, and it's all about sexual assault and all. And let me see, 1 in 12 girls are stalked. And when you go off to college and you're walking to the same class, the same route, the same time, every Tuesday, Thursday at 7 o'clock, somebody might see that and take that opportunity to take advantage of you because he knows that he can predict where you're going to be and when you're going to be. So when my daughter got hired, she's an emergency nurse down in Sacramento, and my son's an officer in Sacramento, so that's really scary. They both got private lessons with Conrad because he used to live near me. Now he moved to Idaho, and I'm not too thrilled with him, but he still comes back because his wife works down here at the hospital. And so I still put up with him. No, I'm kidding. I love the man. But my daughter, during her private lessons with him, he told her to take a different route because she would walk to work. She lived about 2-3 blocks from the hospital, and it's a huge hospital. She would walk different route, leave from a different door, different times. Okay, she always has her Kubaton and her pepper spray in her hand. I wish she would carry her stun gun more often. When she went to college, I wish she would have had that, but we didn't have that back then. I didn't know about Damsel defense, and it wasn't around then. We've only been around almost 10 years. So I wish when my daughter went, she had the pepper spray with the GPS in it, which I'm going to show you. So take different routes. When you get into cars, you lock the doors immediately. Please get off your phones when you're walking around. Some bad guys want somebody on the other end of that phone to hear what they're going to do to you, and we don't want to give them that opportunity. Okay. Oh, on the phones. Oh, I'm so excited. I got to show you this. Where's my phone? Hang on. There's an app that you can get, and this is a total free app. It's called Shield Community by Damsel Defense. Okay. So on here, let me close my blinds a little. It's still so sunny out. I think you can see it better. Can you guys see that? You can download it. Yeah. Shield Community by Damsel Defense. Right there, it says send alert. So if I just open up my little Shield Community app and click send alert, I have 5 people input into there that will know my exact location and that I've sent an alert. Okay. That is connected to one of our pepper sprays with technology in here. So this white button, if I just push that button down, it will trigger my app and it will show my 5 people that I've deployed my pepper spray. Even if I don't spray my pepper spray, I can flip the nozzle and spray it, which I'm not going to do because this is hot and I'm inside. It'll show them my location, but it will also track me every minute to 5 minutes, depending on how you set yours. It'll track you where you're going. So we teach you to spray it and get away. And our pepper sprays, I love, and I've used on a neighbor's dog that was coming out after me for the 4th day in a row with my 2 German Shepherds. And I shot the dog, and I love dogs, you guys, but sorry, not a vicious one coming at me. This will shoot 16 feet. You just flip that nozzle and press down, and you use your thumb. We don't spray like this. We spray like that. This goes around your wrist on these ones. So if someone pulls it from you, they can't turn around and use it on you because there's nothing to press it down because this thing will pop out. It's very tight, so they have to pull hard, okay? We also have a glove that you can put on if you're a hiker, a walker, or a jogger. I love this, our new color, new runner-up glove. And it comes, we have it in black, we have it in blue. Here's a blue one. Also, love that. A pepper spray can fit in here, and so can our little ringer stun gun, and I'm going to show you that. So for like somebody, you know, walking, hiking, jogging, it's right in your hand. And I did have a lady about 5 years ago now. She was a 29-year-old teacher at the time. She bought a pepper spray and a glove, and she was out for a run within 3 weeks of getting it, and she had to use it. So we hope and pray that you never have to use anything, but that if you need it, you have it, okay? Well, she had it in her hand. She had her dog with her. Speaking of dogs, there's mine. And a guy came up to her, kicked her dog, and grabbed her. She sprayed him in the face, kicked him in the nuts, and took off running. Spray and get away. Stun and run. The cops came, and since she got him in the face, he couldn't see. For up to 45 minutes, it'll temporarily blind you. So do not use this on your friends unless they're bad. And it makes it very difficult to breathe. So I want you to always be aware of the wind. If it's a super windy day, pepper spray is not my option unless I know the wind is going their way. I'd rather have my stun gun on a windy day. But I love the pepper spray because it goes 16 feet. When you spray it, you want to do a Z pattern across eyes, nose, mouth. You guys can see that whole thing, right? Okay.
Yes.
Eyes, nose, mouth. It'll go out in about 3 seconds. Jump to the side and book it. Because if a guy's coming at you and he goes to grab you, he's not going to be able to see. He's still going to try to grab you. Okay. Pepper gel is not great because they can take it off him and put it on you. This spray goes on. It's orange, and then it has a UV dye in it that stays on the body for up to a week. So if the person's able to get away, the cop can put a black light on them and it will shine all over. They can't wash it off. Super, super cool. That lady who used hers came back when the cops had arrested him, and he went to jail and she went home to her family. She was definitely shook up, but we have a replacement warranty, and Damsel and Events sent her a new pepper spray. So we guarantee, and we hope and pray you never have to use it. But like I said, if you need it, we hope you have it. So that's our protected pepper with the shield technology, and I love it. I wish my daughter would have had it when she left for college. We also have them without the technology, and these are only 19 bucks. We're worth it, and they have the disabled pin too. And then we just got, okay, these are what I posted the other day. Diane, do you know if we're out of these yet, or do we still have them? These are,
We can still,
we can still order them because they only got them, you guys. I do college girl presentations at Sac State sororities. I haven't this year because of COVID, but I stock up on these for those girls. These are 11 bucks, and this can go right on your key ring, or I'd prefer you put it on one of these because you can have your keys on one side. If you need to break your keys away or your pepper spray away in your car, you don't want this hanging from your ignition. You want to be able to get it off and away. Okay. And for 11 bucks, it has a little clip here too. I have to put this one actually on my saddle bag because I ride horses, and I have a Kubaton, I have a saddle bag, and then I also pack a gun because I can when I ride my horse and I'm out in the woods. I do that with him for safety. Usually not against bears and mountain lions. It's usually for a creepy guy. So I'm fully prepared, and I'm not scared. Like I'm out there riding, and my mom will go, "Who are you with? What do you have?" And I go, "Mom, come on, seriously? Don't you see this and this?" And I'm with my horse. And then we have these other ones that are super pretty. Sorry, I love our pepper sprays. They come in like a glittery silver and a glittery pink one. And those are pepper slays. And they're all the same pepper. It's hotter than my son's, and he's an officer. Like I said, the pepper spray is super hot and nasty. Let's see, we have a few different ways of carrying things too. We have these things. I love my arm candy. This has an alarm on it. It has a Kubaton. They all come with a pin for a stun gun. So I'm going to show you a stun gun now. This is a black one, okay? And so the light will go on, okay? And it will show you how charged it is. This isn't even half charged. It's under, it's 2 and under. The stun part won't work without the pin in it. So this is like the bullets to the gun, okay? So you push this button up and then you've got right there. Now my dog is totally used to it. He's just laying there going, hey mom, okay? The other dogs in the neighborhood aren't so cool on this thing. I have used it just to scare a neighbor dog away. And this will put a burn hole in a shirt, okay? Bob has a whole bunch of burn holes. I had a 10-year-old at a party I was doing last year, and she goes, can I try this stun on Bob? And I'm like, heck yeah, girl, you go. And she went up and she and burned a hole right in his shirt. And I was like, there you go. And it leaves marks. So this isn't something to use on each other too, either. It's high voltage, low amperage. It is not going to kill anyone. The only thing that we could use probably to kill someone would be the Kubotan in the temple. Okay, the Kubotan. I love this one. It's a nice fit. So if somebody were to get this from me, watch this. They pull it away. They can't turn around and stun me. Okay, I've got my second line of defense here, and I could be setting off my alarm while I'm fighting. So you can just turn that thing on and it'll go the whole time you're fighting. The guy doesn't want to be there. He doesn't want to be hurt because he's a wimp. Remember that? And he doesn't want to draw attention. The original reason I got into Damsel in Offense, you guys, was when my daughter became a nurse 7 years and 3 months ago. We bought her a stun gun for Christmas, and it wasn't one like this. It didn't have a pin that disabled it. So my daughter's 5 foot nothing. She's tiny little lady. And it really doesn't matter how big we are, because guys are just usually bigger and stronger than us, okay? But the stun gun we got her, she was scared to use. And I knew at the time my 24-year-old wasn't going to listen to me. And my girlfriend was having a Damsel in Offense party, and she asked if Casey and I wanted to come. And I said, what is it? And she goes, it's all about stun guns and pepper sprays. And I'm like, heck yeah, we're coming, because I knew my daughter would listen to her. Well, needless to say, that day I looked up at the lady, and it was her first presentation. I go, how do I join? I want to do this because I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm very passionate for different reasons that things have happened to me in my life. I had no idea that it would help me heal from things, you know, that have happened. And it was just a God thing. It was like, I'm going to do this. And I took off with a bang, and I've never looked back. I'm very passionate, just like Sheila is about her vitamins and everything. You know, we have our passions. And I'm thankful you guys are on here learning and listening. And I hope that you never, you know, need to use anything, but that you're safer just with your attitude too. So now my daughter's fully armed with one that is safer, that a guy can't turn around and use on her. JC Dugard was a girl that was taken up in Lake Tahoe. I live about an hour from there. When she was 10, a guy with a stun gun zapped her and took her. And he had her for, I can't remember how long he had her. But yeah, the wimpy guy had to use a stun gun on a 10-year-old girl, you know? So anyway, that's our little ringer. It's my favorite because it's 4 ounces and it can go right on a key ring. It can go right on this. Oh, I gotta show you. So when I go in the grocery store, I have a pepper spray on I have different ones in the cars, pepper spray and a Kubotan. And I can put my stun gun in if I feel like it. But one thing I try not to do is go to the store at night. I try not to I'll never go to an ATM at night. I try not to get gas at night. I did search and rescue for years with my German Shepherd, not this one, but she passed away. I don't want to talk about it. I'll lose it. We just lost her. But I always tried to be prepared and have gas because I'd get call outs at 2 a.m. to go find some missing guy up in the mountains. And I'd have to drive with my dog in her crate, me in the car. And sometimes we were where there was no, you know, GPS, you know, nothing, no reception, anything. And I always tried to have gas in my tank because I didn't want to have to go to the gas station at night. If I pull into a gas station and there's creepers, I'll go to another one. Okay. Lock your doors every time you get in. Don't sit there and be on your phone texting or whatever. Always, always be prepared and lock those doors. But when I go into the grocery store, I really don't even take a purse, hardly ever, because I have this thing on the back of my phone, and these are my keys. My keys are on here too, on the one in the car. This is a little RFID wallet that sticks on the back of the phone. I freaking love it. And we have it in these colors too, in a white and a gold. And when I'm like, if I'm on my horse and someone calls and I want to talk to them, I can put that around my hand and I can just be on speaker, and I can walk like that if I want on speaker, but I'm still completely paying attention to what's around me. And this is an RFID wallet that protects your credit card. Oh, you like I sell stun gun? I sell stun guns. I have my business cards in there. Yeah, and then I have my license and my credit card in here too. So that's all I carry into the store. Another thing that we have is a backpack. This is a concealed carry backpack, so you could put whatever you want to conceal in here. I usually, when I pack a gun, it's on my body, and I know you guys are in tech. You're in Georgia. Can you guys open carry in Georgia?
Yes.
Wow. Yeah, California sucks. We have to get a license and everything to carry. But anyway, this is a concealed carry backpack. I took this all over when I went to Cambodia. I've taken it all over the world. I've got all kinds of good stuff in here. Hang on. I've got my pepper spray with a whistle on it, and I blinged it up because I like bling. And this is my technology pepper spray. So if I press that down, it's going to show my family I've deployed my pepper spray. And then they're also in the app, you can send a notice saying that you're safe now. Okay. We also have a bulletproof shield that goes, I got to get up and show you, that goes in the back of here of the purse. And this bulletproof shield is 1 pound. And it can go inside any backpack that you want, and it works against all of these handguns. So it works up to a 44 Magnum, 1 pound, and an officers in their uniforms, they have Kevlar just like this. They say to replace it every 5 years. Okay, the officers in the town that do the school trainings for shootings, you know, that we do. I was talking to one last year and I said, hey, how often do you replace yours? He goes, every 5 years. But he goes, we go out and shoot them up. They're still totally good. They still block these bullets. And what they do is they put them in their kids' backpacks for when they're at school, so they don't get wasted. My son is probably going on 5 years here as an officer, so I'm not going to let him throw his Kevlar out. These things are awesome. And when you host an Empower Hour or whatever, you can get these for half off too. These are $150. That's our most expensive item, but we're worth it. I don't know if you guys, I'm sure you heard about that mass shooting in Vegas. One of my friends from Chico, her friend was killed in that. And now this will work against the handguns. It's not going to work against an AK, you know, one of the big, huge machine guns. That's going to take an 8 pound Kevlar. So that's, I love the backpack. I want to make sure, hang on. Do you guys have any questions while I'm going on and on? Am I going on too long?
Yeah, it's really interesting.
No,
Thank
but this is really good, Lori.
Oh, Lang, thank you. That, you know,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. Okay, so I showed you the pepper spray. I do want to talk to you about this, and you girls may have had this training. The OODA loop was designed for the United States Air Force pilots, okay? The pilot that could do the OODA loop 2 times the quickest would win every fight. The reason is he had a plan, okay? And a backup plan. It stands for observe, orient, decide, and act, OODA loop. So you want to observe your situation, okay? You want to orient, figure out where you are, what you're going to do, know where your exits are, that kind of stuff. You're going to decide, and then you're going to act. So you girls being in self-defense training, you are probably always in the relaxed mode, but you're paying attention, which is the orange, okay? If you're in the white zone, That's somebody who thinks that nothing will ever happen to me. You know, no one's going to go after me. I have grandmas tell me that. No one's going after me. I'm old. I'm like, are you kidding? It doesn't matter. I got stories about that. But I won't go into too many. You go to the white zone and something happens, you go straight into black and you freeze. You're no good. Okay. You want to be in the yellow zone, which is relaxed. The orange zone, yellow, orange zone is good. The orange zone is aware. You're focused. You know what's going on. You see that guy over there. You see that creeper in the van. Okay. When you're going back to your cars, make sure you're not getting in by the van door. That's what we practice with Conrad, is not getting pulled in. You get in the other side, or you go back in the store and you have someone walk you out. Okay, that's an ideal thing to do. And then red zone is where you're fighting, and you're fighting for your life because your life is worth it. And then, yeah, we have this really cool, this is my life saying, but I'm not going to go into too much more on that. Oh, girls. Oh, I'm so glad I'm checking this because these are all Conrad's tips too. Send, if a guy is pressuring you, you need to send a very strong message of no. Okay. If a guy is respectful with that, then he's a good guy. If he keeps pushing on you to do stuff that you don't want to do, get rid of him. He's not worth it. Okay. He wants one thing, and that's what you don't need to give him. Okay. Not worth it. And then speaking of grandparents, Lane, I don't know how old you guys are, but you're probably young. I did a presentation for a running club, and this little man in his 70s, this was probably about 6 years ago, he came up to me and he goes, Lori, he goes, I'm going to tell you something. I said, okay. And he goes, I bought a stun gun from you 2 years ago at the Home and Garden Show. And I said, okay, awesome. And he goes, guess what? And I said, what? He goes, it sends off an aura about me and no one messes with me. And I was like, right on. You know, why should that little man get beat up? He's not going to be able to protect himself like he could when he was younger, you know. And one of my boyfriends from high school, I dated him for 3 years and we're still friends to this day. He just moved to Chico. He's 6'2". And he messaged me. He goes, Lori, he goes, I want a stun gun. And I said, oh, who do you want it for? And he goes, well, please don't think bad of me, but for me. And he's 62 years old. And I said, I'm glad you're getting it for you. You know, he goes walking in the park and there's a lot of homeless people. But as we age, we're just not as strong or quick at running unless we've kept ourselves that way. And we're still not like we were when we were 20. But anyway, it's just important to empower not just women, children, but nice men too. That's what I always like to say. And that's become a saying, Diane, and I'm the one who created it. So you remember that, girl. Nice men too. And the stun guns also come in white marble and rose. I love them. And then today, red came out. So I like the red. I can't wait to get mine. I haven't gotten it. I haven't ordered it yet, but I will. We also have tactical pens, which have lights on the top and then they blink. And then this is a really sharp point, or sharp edge, I mean. This pen really writes, and this goes on planes. If you travel on a plane, you leave your stun gun, your pepper spray, and your Kubotan in your checked luggage. And you're worth checking your luggage, okay? Take the 5 minutes extra to have protection when you get to a place you're going. I have a little deputy friend that a few years ago, we were down at the gym, and she's a bodybuilder. And she's 59 or 60. I think she's 60 now. And she was saying she was gonna go travel on Thursday, and this was a Monday. And we were talking about our guns and how we conceal and all that kind of stuff. And she goes, oh, I have this really cool vest. Let me show it to you. So we go out to her car and I'm looking at her little biker vest, and it's a perfect spot to put your gun. And I got me one too. It's pretty sweet. And no one knows. But anyway, and when you're little, it is harder to conceal a firearm. And she's only 120 pounds. She's 5 foot, but she's a little muscle. And I said, are you taking your gun with you on your trip? Oop, it's okay, bud. I go, are you taking your gun with you? And she goes, no, I'm not going to take it. I said, well, check this out. And I showed her this stun gun is what we had back then. And we still have this one. It's not my favorite. I like the little ringer better because this one, the light goes on, click one more up, and then there's the stun, but the light goes off. So I like the one with the light staying on. And she goes, oh, that's cool. And she goes, I want to order one. And I said, well, I want you to take it on your trip. And you're not going to get it quick enough. So you just take mine. I have plenty at home. And she goes, really? Okay. And so then I gave her a pepper spray and a Kubotan too. And she just got them later and replaced them. But I go, you're going to put it in your checked luggage. And she goes, I'm not checking luggage. And here I am telling this deputy, I said, yes, you are. You're checking your freaking luggage because you deserve it. You need protection when you get there. So she did. She goes, okay. She listened to me. When she got back, you guys, she thanked me because she got to the airport. She got her rental car and got to her hotel at 2 a.m. And it was one of those hotels with outdoors, you know, like you had to walk, ew, creepy. She was so thankful she had some weapons on her. Even though she's a little tiny bodybuilder and super powerful, still men are way bigger and stronger than her. Okay, so that's that. We also have some awesome books and a board game. I would love for you girls to get the board game. And then this book is all about an older brother. It's about a 12-year-old girl and her friend's older brother tries to kiss her. And it just teaches her how to handle that situation. The board game has Heart Defender cards and parent cards, and it's super fun. I was playing it with my son's fiance. We were having fun. I was the adult and she was the kid, and she's a junior high school teacher. She's adorable. I love her. They're getting married in July, so I'm super excited about that. But we were playing the game, and it just goes over some awesome topics, not only for the kids, but for the parents. So the books are great. And then, oh yeah, the necklaces. Another way to make noise is like this necklace is called Pearl of Wisdom. I wear this all the time. If I don't want to blow it in here because my dog's in here, but it's louder than that alarm. It's 130 decibels. And this one is called, whoops, I turned it backwards. Leave Me Alone. And it has a little shield here. It's really pretty and it's longer. It comes down to about just above your belly button. And then they all have a little Bible verse at the top. And I love that. I don't know what the number is. I'd have to read it and it's too small. And then, so our 17-year-old girls driving?
Yes.
Are you girls driving? Okay. So we have some car safety things, and this is not a weapon to protect you from a bad guy, but it's for a crash. This is for every car, not just the 17-year-olds, but it's important to have things in the car. This is our road trip flashlight. It's our #1 selling product. It is phenomenal. It has magnets here. So if you were stranded, you could stick it to the top or the side of your car. You could put the beacons on, and those are bright when it's dark. It also has an alarm. It has a 200 lumen flashlight, a dimmer, and an SOS light, okay? But the cool thing is this needs to be where you can reach it if you were in an accident, okay? You could also help at the scene of an accident. You could get a kid or a dog out of a car with this because this is a spring-loaded point. So if you press that against one of the corners of your window, it will shatter your car window so you could get out. It also has a razor blade right there. And that will get you out of a seatbelt. One of my new Damsel team members, Diane, I don't know if you saw that she posted it on our Facebook team page. She was doing a gun show, and she was a vendor at a gun show on Saturday. This took a chunk out of her hair.
Oh, no.
So poor lady, I put a GIF on there, or a GIF, I guess you call it. And it was this kid that had shaved the back of his head. I go, is this what it looks like? You know? So, but this also has a rechargeable. It comes with a little rechargeable cord with a USB. You could charge your phone off this if you needed to. it would give you some extra boost. And these are $35 with a lifetime warranty. And our stun guns have a lifetime warranty too. I forgot to tell you that. And then the last thing I'm going to show you is one of my favorites. This is called the junk in the trunk. And this is for the car. So I'm going to get up because I got to show you the different stuff in here. It's too hard to hold. It has, this is my favorite thing in here, Diane. I don't know if you like flashlights, but I'm going to turn off my light. Hang on. Okay, you want to go out? Oh, baby. Okay. So this flashlight, it has beacons and it has a magnet here so you could stick it on your car. If you're stranded, it's got all different ways to do this. I was doing a self-defense class at a gym in Auburn. It was way down this road and no one could find us. I was literally standing out there going like this and people could see us. It worked. And then it has a little flashlight too at the end, and it has a little ring here. So you could hang this inside your engine if you needed to work on it, and you could just hang it there. That's one of my favorite things in here. Let me turn my light back on. Hold on. I wish we could do these in person. We also have, it also comes with an ice scraper. It comes with some extra reflective triangles that you can put out in the road. It comes with a first aid kit, comes with a poncho, a space blanket, which would search and rescue you guys. These were in every one of our packs. These things are awesome. It comes with playing cards so you can play cards while you're waiting for help to come. It comes with waterproof matches and a screwdriver that has a flathead and a Phillips. This is one of my favorite things in there too, because I think I really like flashlights. This is a headlamp. Yeah, this is a really good headlamp. And then it comes with a tire gauge, a bungee cord, and then those jumper cables, which are really, really well-made jumper cables. So this is a kit that goes in every car. And those are only $65, so that's a good deal. Okay, what am I forgetting? Diane, did I forget anything?
Lori, you mentioned earlier about a documentary that you suggested, but I didn't catch the name.
Yes, it is. Hold on, I've got it right here. The Hunting Ground is what it is. And that's something to watch with your daughters, okay? It's not something to watch alone. I watched it actually when I was traveling. So girls, just always trust yourself. If your friends think you're paranoid, don't listen to them about being paranoid, okay? I want you to be prepared, and I want you to just always trust yourself, okay? And your family.
How about if you're a grandmother and your granddaughters think you're paranoid?
You know what? Grandmas are so smart. I'm a grandma now too. I have a 10-month-old. Grandmas have been there, girls. We've been through it, okay? I had something happen to me when I was 5 by a stranger. 95% of sexual abuse is people you know, okay? So 95 out of 100 girls and boys who are sexually abused are by people they know that have tricked them. Talk to your parents. Talk to your teachers. Teachers are mandated reporters. We have to report if any abuse is going on, if a child gives us any sign. If you girls notice that your friends, oh, I want to go over that. Hold on. If you notice that your friends, let me get my glasses on. See, grandmas need glasses too. If you have friends that have a sudden change in behavior, or if they're cruel to others or cruel to pets, if they have recurring nightmares, disturbed sleep patterns, if they have a fear of the dark, these are all signs that your friends are being abused. You can help your friends, okay, if any of them are in these situations. If they're sexually acting out inappropriately, if you see your friends sending pictures of themselves to people, it's not okay. You need to tell an adult. And that's protecting your friend. I know that's hard to do, but we have to protect each other because people are tricky, and we need to be aware of that. If there's bruises on people. Tattoos. Tattoos is a way that sex traffickers brand their girls. So they're their property. I had a student come in last year that was tatted right on the neck, and I knew instantly she was from Los Angeles. I knew she was a sex trafficking person. Guess what? She was gone in a day. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know if the guy came and found her or if they transferred her to another school. And I'm at a continuation school where I have some really challenged kids, and I love them. You know, they need someone to care about them. But this girl was in and out so fast. If you have friends that are cutting themselves or have seductive type behavior, whether, you know, being promiscuous, where they're looking for guys, and where they have low self-esteem or eating disorders, anxiety, mood swings, these are all things to pay attention to, and they can get help. Girls and boys who are in the sex trafficking, it takes a lot of years of counseling to overcome. Diane, did you want to share about the lady that you just met that was, do you mind?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I had an event this last Sunday, and the lady, a woman and her daughter came up, and they were, the mother, the grandmother, as it turns out, was pushing a stroller. And during the course of discussing the products and her purchasing the products, she suddenly mentioned that she was a victim of sex trafficking, and that the baby in the stroller was the child of her trafficker. And
yeah, it's hard to talk about.
It was powerful, and she was arming herself, and she does not have a victim's mindset, which I'm so proud of, but she has such a powerful story to tell that, you know, I told her that when she felt like it, when she was ready, I would love to talk to her, because you guys would really listen to somebody who's just a little older than you. She looked like maybe she was 18, maybe 19, but I don't know her story. I don't know her whole story, but I do know that she's creating her warrior mindset for sure.
Yeah, and she'll be, yeah, and she'll be in therapy, you know, and she'll recover because she's got a strong mindset. But you never fully, you ever forget anything, you know, but you do heal. And that's what I love about what we do is we share with people, and people make their own mind up what they want to do, which is great. And anybody, you know, when our 14-year-old turns 18, you can do this business. I would love to have anybody join. And I don't ever pressure people. Like, people do what they want, and you can do however much or little you want. You don't have to do anything if you don't want to. And the kid is phenomenal, but I'm not going to go into a lot of that unless you're interested. You can message me about that. We do have, I didn't want to forget this sizzle bundle. These are $100, and it comes with a stun gun, a Kubotan, and a pepper spray. And those are really great. You can mix and match however you want. And then when you do host, like Sheila, if you have people who decide that they want to order anything, you do get free and half off things, you know, just like when, I think you probably do that with your business. I know like Pampered Chef does and all that too. So it's a nice way for people to be able to get things. If they can't afford things, they can get things for free and half off too. So it's pretty awesome. Yeah. So anybody? Yeah.
That.
You're welcome. I get a high doing this, you guys. When I come home from talking to the girls at Sac State, I can barely sleep because I get to talk to 100 at once. And my mission, I'm retiring from teaching in 81 days. Who's counting? I am. And we have 53 days left of school. But I've been teaching 35 years, and I'm ready because then I can Damsel anytime I want. And I'm very passionate about what I do. We change lives, and the girls in Cambodia and India, where we have 2 homes so far, those little girls, it's usually about a 7-year life, and then they turn into mama sams or they're dead, and because of the drugs, and they do the traffickers drug the girls and the boys, but we save those little girls. They have no voice over there. What we do keeps us safe, but it changes and saves lives. So I'm I'm never stopping what I do, and I can't wait to do more. And my mission is to do, like, I want to present to hundreds and hundreds of people. I presented at the Damsel conferences for a couple thousand, and I love it. I'm not scared to get up there. I mean, I always go, oh, what did I forget? You know, because there's so much. And tonight when we get off here, I'm going to go, wait, I forgot to tell them this. And if I do, I'll hop on the Facebook event and share it with you guys. So I hope you girls learned something, and you mommies and grandmas and grandpa.
Yes, we did. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, Lori. Go back and finish watching what you've already posted and that we haven't seen. They haven't seen the one about not being abducted into a car, and I really want them to see that one.
You girls are going to like that one. I wonder how I can stop the recording. Where is it? Let me see. Oh, stop record. Oh, wait, that's stop video. Oh, there we go. It's at the top. Sorry, guys. I don't do that a lot.